Good stuff. Good stuff. So, everybody, welcome to Session 5. And before we begin tonight, I'm going to go back to my old term of housekeeping because there is some stuff I wanted to go over with you guys. Since last week, you guys got your very first collection.
Hooray.
Yeah,
Yay.
don't act so enthusiastic about it, everyone.
I mean, I'm legitimately excited, but I already did what I needed to do.
Yeah. So
You forget what this means.
So that's what I'm going to go over right now. So when you obtain a collection, the collection itself does some very interesting things to the course of the game. So what it allows you to do is, where is the page number? Collections. So after you roll your dice for an overcome or an attack or whatever you want, you can change the value on one of the dice to any value that the die could roll. So if you're rolling a d8, you can declare, okay, it's going to be a 4, it's going to be a 1, it's going to be an 8. But if you're rolling the d8, you can't have it become over an 8. That's the greatest it can be. Also, welcome, Kenzie. You got here.
I'm sorry.
No, okay. I'm just going over that you guys got collections and what you can do with it. That's one of the reasons why we're using the in-game roller, and it tells you guys what your die size is. So if, say, you're rolling a 10, a 6, and a 12, and you got two really good rolls, and you want to max out the other one, you need to know what the max is of a value. But you can use a collection whenever you want, or invoke the collection, and you can have it become any value on the die of your choice. The second thing you can do is, I'm going to phrase it as, you in a sense can make a major twist for the story happen. You can be like, oh, I know this fact because of what happened before, and you can kind of make something up like, I know there's a secret passageway over here because of something we did before, or, people like this always hide their keys under the rug, or something equivalent to that. You can just declare something that is a fact about the story moving forward. Again, small, not like a major thing, and I do have to approve it, but for the most part, it's the extra, little, if something is, a little bit too much of a stretch and you throw your collection at it for the session, I'm more likely to let it slide. The last thing you can do is you can negate a minor twist. Now, this is important because if you all look at the overcome table, if you roll a 4 to a 7, you will always succeed, but with a minor twist. If you choose to hit the deck in combat where you take a defend action as your reaction, you get a minor twist from that. You can use the collection to negate minor twists. You cannot, however, use a collection to negate a major twist, because whenever a major twist comes up, you always have the option of failing or succeeding with the major twist. So that right there is your choice. Effectively, collections give you guys more options and, the ability to make things a little bit better for you. The other thing I wanted to go over is, since you guys have gained a collection, this kind of counts as like a level up milestone. So if you guys think you have gone through any, significant level of character development, you're freely allowed to, change any of your character cosmetics, any details or stuff about your character. But you're also allowed to do a couple of in-game mechanics things. So if there's a power that you're looking at and you're like, I'm not really using this power, or I'm not really using this quality, you can swap that out for something else that's on your list. So going back to the Excel sheets we made, if you're like, I'm not really using strength and I got it from my archetype, let's swap that out. You can swap out your strength for something else that was in your archetype's power list at the same die level. If any abilities are associated with that power or quality, it switches over to the new power or quality. So it might be weird if you have a really powerful punch that was based off of strength, suddenly it's now based off of alertness. But you can make that work. You can also swap out one of your abilities, green, yellow, or red, for the same type within your archetype or power source. And you can swap out. This is the point where you can also swap out principals, because that shows significant character growth, that the core of your character is changing. Does anybody have any questions on what I just said?
Nope.
Nope.
Not at the moment.
Okay. Now I also have to ask at this point, has anybody actually gone ahead and made any changes to their characters?
Yep.
Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what you changed.
You know exactly what I changed.
It's one ability, correct?
How often can we use a collection, right?
Collections are once per... Okay, so your collections respawn at the end of the session. So right now you have one collection. Every session you'll be able to use one collection.
Also, an important note there, it is technically a reaction to use them. This is, relevant sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. It's really only important in combat. Though if we're in like a social situation, I don't think you guys are going to be throwing reactions around that much. Another two things, if you guys all look on your character sheets in your player characters tab on Roll20, at the bottom of your character sheet hero tab, I have added you guys a collection, but I've gotten rid of all your back issues. You can actually check off whether or not you've used a collection for that session. And as a reminder, don't forget to keep a log of your hero points during the issue and what your rewards are at the end of an issue, because you can't suddenly have 6 hero points saved up. You have to convert those to bonuses in one form or another. Any questions on that?
Just a reminder that I've been primarily keeping track of that in my Google Drive character sheet.
That's fine. Final thing, Sean. Sean? Rizik?
Yeah, sorry, I'm on push to talk.
Yeah, I have a very important question for you. Why, oh why, did you have a collection before last week? And why, oh why, was it a YouTube link?
I was asking you that. I don't know why that YouTube link was there.
I don't know either.
I posted that YouTube link in Off Topic. I don't know why it ended up under collections there. I sent you a private message about that. I had previously put down the collection when you announced it at the end of last session.
Yeah, I saw that today, and I moved it down to the second thing because I didn't know what the heck it was. So if you don't know what that is, we can just delete it.
Yeah, remove it. I don't know how it ended up there. It's the video I posted in Off Topic about the richest man in the world.
Lies and slander. The richest man in the world.
It's a secret to everyone.
Is a king. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, with that all out of the way, I just have one quick note before we get started. Next week, guys, we will not have a session. My family's planning on celebrating my sister's birthday, so we are going to be skipping next week, and we will be coming back first week, or no, not first week of October, the 29th. Is that okay for everybody? Unless you guys, unless you guys
You don't want us to have session without you, where we decide what happens, and then you have to deal with the repercussions.
This is a good plan.
If you guys want to attempt that, is anybody interested in shifting it to another day next week, or do you guys just want to keep it on Wednesday? Because the only potential day I could do it would be Tuesday, and I don't know if that works for everybody.
Tuesday,
avoid
probably.
Tuesdays.
Oh,
Tuesday probably works for me, but
we can discuss this later. If you guys don't want to do it, we'll just call it a skipped week, which is fine. You guys can probably use a break after dealing with.
I'm down for a skip week.
Okay, skip week is what it's sounding like then.
sounds like a plan.
Gives me more time to prep for all the horror that will ensue. So, that all being said, who remembers what happened last time?
Money!
Nara met Grandpa.
Nara did meet Grandpa.
Also, Wage-In, no brains, all go.
Yep, no brains, all goo. What the fuck is up there?
Flubber.
Apparently flubber, according to you guys.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Yep.
Nara is also talking spirit that is the power source for the tank train.
This is fine.
Umi's going to kill the second to last airbender.
This is also fine.
You haven't done anything terrible yet. Oh, right, no, the jealousy issue, right.
Yep.
This is not in Nanny's job description.
Yeah. Nanny will not save Nanny does not save father. Nanny protects child.
Yep. It could be worse.
It could be. All right.
We'll
Well,
make it.
with all that, we're going to bring you guys back to Omashu.
Oh boy.
And, yeah. His lordship, King Francto, has invited you all back to the palace for him to plan out, the next steps for, his business prospects.
Oh boy. Is it somewhere on this map we're supposed to be? Okay, there it is.
Honestly, I don't think I needed to move you guys here. It's just... There you go, shift clicked.
So that we
There
can
has now
see
been removed
Franco
from his
again.
right.
Yeah, so you can see all the NPCs that are currently with you guys.
I appreciate that.
So we can know who...
being shaved.
That was a solid
Yep.
30 minutes of my life that I'm glad I wasted.
That was very important for you to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no,
This was vital.
it was very important for me to shave him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, he would not lie about that.
He would not. So what do you guys want to do?
And His Majesty into the place.
All right, so yeah, Frank was going to take you guys. You guys actually get like a first-class escort jumping into the mail routes, the tunnels, and then Boomy will earthbend you guys up to the top because they're stone cargo chutes, I guess.
Does Boomy accidentally drop?
Does Boomy accidentally drop what?
Han?
No, he doesn't. He's just kind of like giving Han the eyes. I see a roll.
Oh my.
Oh.
No,
Dan, you know what you must...
he's your majesty. So yeah, Frankto's just gonna be like, all right, everybody. So tell me about your trip, Han. Did you have a good time? Where did you pick up your daughter?
This is interrupted by Minghua barfing over the side of the car.
You have a weak stomach? Boomy's gonna come over and rub your belly.
Han is going to give his usual beleaguered explanation of the logistics of the trip, the manifest, and all that stuff, which I'm sure Francto is going to promptly ignore because he always does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as he's doing this, he's like playing with Nara. He's like pulling coins out of her ear before dropping it. And he's just like, oh yes, fascinating, excellent, excellent, good job, Han. And he's gonna throw a sack of money at you.
I love how you just gave up on correcting that Nara is not your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally everyone is just saying it at this point. There's nothing I can do.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dad.
Case in point.
Case in point.
I'm really good at spy games. I get really deep in my role.
That's right, this was technically your idea first.
Yep.
So Frankto was again going to talk to you guys, telling you that I'm planning on leaving the city in the next couple of days. Gonna be taking a bunch of the strongest earthbenders I have with me and heading off to Ba Sing Se to build my masterpiece.
You understand, Izzy, you've given us even less motivation now to go to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
From what everybody was saying,
mean,
no one was planning on going there anyway, so...
Hey, I had it tied for second for me because, Rizik would love to be part of a project that has only defensive applications.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fantastic. It's a project with only defensive applications. Protect people and keep the Fire Nation out.
That sounds really important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's then going to lay out a couple of options for you guys as to what he would like you to do. Next thing he's going to say is he's still hoping that someone will pick up his sister from out west. And the other thing he has to worry about is making sure that Omashu is secured while he's not around. He thinks he knows who he's going to leave in charge while he's gone, because he doesn't want to keep someone with Han's skill set cooped up.
It's gonna be poor movie, isn't it?
He's not going to say at first.
I'm guessing the sister thing is not on our way to anything else.
No, absolutely
That's what I
not. He's also going to say that there's been a bunch of rumors, one of which you brought to his attention, and a ton others, that out in the desert region, some people have found these really weird, mysterious-looking relics that have, started being unearthed in, a seemingly completely empty part of the desert. But because of the shifting sands and everything, things are, constantly being unearthed and buried.
So the library?
Yeah, probably, but Mingwa looks very interested in this.
Also, this does, in fact, sound pretty interesting, but...
Yeah. The next...
I'm trying to find more some other weird things, so back.
Yeah. The next thing he's going to mention is that some of the refugees who have been coming to Omashu, because he has said his city is starting to get overcrowded, and a lot of the refugees are going to be coming with him to Omashu, to Ba Sing Se, where they're going to take up permanent residence, and that's one of the reasons he's making the wall. So, refugees from all across the entire nation can end up in the capital, and they can all be safe there without, overpopulation. But one thing that, he found odd is some of the refugees were stating that people from their village that were traveling with them after the Fire Nation attacked would just go missing in the dead of night.
Yeah, that's also interesting.
Do you know anything else about that? Because that sounds incredibly concerning.
I know, it's incredibly concerning. But that's the thing. Everybody I've spoken to, the stories never are quite the same. Some people say that their neighbors disappeared, and then 2 nights later the Fire Nation attacked and everybody else left, and they thought maybe they just saw them early. But then they should have told everybody, and they didn't. Other people are saying they left with a large group of people, and then half of them vanished from the camp the following morning. And no one knows where they went. Maybe they wanted to get to a city for protection and keep everybody else out. Maybe the Fire Nation captured them, or something else. But it's strange that it's only a select few people.
That's very bizarre.
Is there anything linking the people that were missing? Hello?
I'm trying to think if this is a detail he would know. Sorry. Make me a roll to see if he knows it, Dan.
What type of roll am I making?
Let's. That's why we have this overcome system.
Roll for was your boss actually paying attention?
Yeah. Insight. We'll give you insight and presence, sir.
Okay. I don't suppose I can use principle of business on this.
Business, no. Unfortunately not. I will let you use principle of liberty.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
Yay, first hero
That
points.
sounds legit.
That's a 9 then.
Action completely succeeds.
Damn.
That's the first good roll we've had in like a session and a half.
Yeah. Also, last housekeeping note I forgot while I was in that mode. But if multiple of you are planning on taking the same action, especially if it's out of combat, like keeping watch or driving something or whatnot, it really behooves you guys for one of those people to roll a boost and the other person to make the roll.
Yeah.
Because even the worst boost is a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, if Dan had a roll there, he would have gotten, a success with a minor twist. If he rolled and had a slight boost. But in any case, you got that 9. So, let's see. Yeah, so the way Frankto is describing these people, obviously he hasn't seen any of these people firsthand. Dan, he's just kind of, reporting, what they said. And one thing that's kind of lining up with your story is, he's like, two people from this family, disappeared. I know because, I was delivering, some chicken noodle soup that morning and no one answered the door. Or if they were out in the caravan, they were running like a strange fever. And we wanted to make sure they had enough blankets the following morning so they didn't catch a chill. So as, Frankto was going through all these different stories, probably slight embellishment, but, the kernels of truth in there, you're kind of getting the sense that everybody was a bit sick, or at the very least under the weather, who ultimately ended up disappearing.
Now, by chance, do these symptoms match the plague in Whaletail Island?
By chance?
Like, do the symptoms match what we know of the Whaletail Island disease?
Again, Frankto is speaking in the most general of terms, but you definitely are noticing some overlap.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's, all
Ming
right, so
was
it's
kind
not
of making...
it's not ruled out.
It's not ruled
Yeah,
out, but there's definitely overlap there.
Yeah, Mingwell's kind of making a whale tail with his hands and just, looking at Han and Nara, just does this sound similar?
And yeah, Han's gonna kind of nod at that.
And the last thing he's going to mention is what you guys were talking about. He's like, and actually, you're the second person in my employ who's brought up this whole Avatar thing. Him suddenly being sighted?
Who was the first one?
Boomy is just going to clear his throat from behind you.
Huh.
Have you seen him? At Boomy.
Me? No. But, well, I want to. I heard about it and I've actually put in to go and see if I can locate him.
Why so interested in the Avatar?
He is, or at the very least was, in a past life, one of my best friends.
That's gonna get a look. Like, how old does Boomy look to us?
30s?
30s. He's a little younger than you.
Okay, that's gonna elicit a very strange look from Han.
He's gonna give you the Boomy stink eye and snort.
Yes.
You're just gonna be like, I doubted that these rumors were truthful, but if you knew the Avatar before, you might be one of the few who can verify whether or not this person is real.
That's one of the hopes, and even if it's not my friend, if it's his next life, he's probably going to need an earthbending teacher.
Well, it couldn't have been Ruko you were friends with. I would imagine.
Avatar Roku? No. No, he's gonna name drop Aang.
Where would you have met an airbender?
When I was a child. He came here all the time.
Out of character question, would he have even known at that point in time that he was the Avatar?
Out of character answer, as per the show, he probably would not have known Aang was the Avatar at that point, but he would have known Aang.
Right, he just knew he was an airbender.
He would have known Aang was an airbender, and it's not... Boomy's not an idiot. He would have...
Yeah.
If he had found other airbenders who knew that Aang was named the next Avatar, he would do that digging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's also extremely unusual that a random airbender trainee would end up at the Earth Kingdom that often.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
Boomy is pretty smart. Like, he just feigns being an idiot.
Yep.
Well, yeah, it catches people off guard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyway, recent. But yeah, he was one of my closest friends. I can remember us going down the slides throughout the entire city. So much fun. Those were the good old days. He's gonna kind of like sidle up next to Minghua and just kind of like give you a hug.
I accept this.
Just like the good times. Clearly you are Boomy's security animal for the time being.
This is understood.
That sounds legit.
But yeah, that's Fracto's gonna explain like that's everything, and then outside of a couple of import-output ships, excuse me, that know to come to my new mailing address while we're out in Ba Sing Se, I'm pretty sure most business is going to be taken up, and we're going to be transferring our main base of operations to the capital for the time being. Han, do you have any thoughts on that? You are, after all, my #1 guy.
What was the end part after the mailing address?
You are my #1 guy.
Well, we'll certainly catch up with you once we've had a chance to investigate some of these claims.
Excellent, excellent. Now make sure you get plenty of sleep beforehand and make sure you're completely stocked up. Want to make sure everybody has enough supplies to make it through however long you're going to be away for. Same goes for you, Boomy. Boomy is just going to kind of give, the king like a crazy salute and say that he's planning on leaving first thing in the morning. Which is not a lot of time. Is there anything else you guys want to do interacting with these guys?
At this point, I think it's just figure out which one we want to take.
Mm-hmm. And I'm still just going to say, figuring out what's happening with these refugees.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Alright. So, Frankto's going to give you guys the best accommodations. It's your decision as to how exactly you want to break up the night. Or if you're each getting your own private rooms.
I assume Han has an apartment that he's going to stay at.
Probably. The question is if anybody's going to follow you to your apartment.
Minghua and Nara, because families stay together.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'd like to stay at the palace for the night.
Okay.
Are Boomy and Frankto leaving yet?
Frankto is. Boomy is going to be leaving to head down to collect supplies because he wants to be out before first light.
Okay. I'm going to actually ask Boomy if I can come help him.
Sure. He's going to say, sure. Happy to have the company. I guess I'm going to drag this over here for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're going to have Tracker.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy, we're going to have Tracker if anybody wants to do anything specific.
When in
I
doubt, we will make you
certainly
have
do.
tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum. That's why I made it. To keep track of things. It's over the water. All right.
Yes, I see it now.
So, who wants to go first? I guess we're going to start with Hotaru because you're the one who wanted to do something with Boomy.
I want to have a conversation with Boomy.
Sure.
And I will help him. So what's Boomy going to do exactly?
He's going and getting some supplies, like basic travel gear. He's going to make sure he's got, a single clean, pair of clothes in addition to his uniform. And it's mostly going to be, shopping for like rope, food, the essentials that you're going to need for a long hike. Effectively just rations and whatnot.
Right. Okay. Like, I will come help him get those, and let's see. I'm trying to remember what he did last time. He was the one who... No, have we really seen any feats of earthbending from him yet?
He popped out of the ground when Franco snapped his fingers.
Okay.
So, it was like a slurry, it was solid earth, it became a slurry of, dirt and sand, and then Boomy whack-a-moled out of it, and then it re-solidified. And he's also really strong. He was able to, give Minghua a squeeze.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I guess I'll start the conversation with him. Like, wow, so... Are you a very strong earthbender, if you don't mind me asking? You seem to be. And I haven't met too many others at this point.
Well, at the very least, I'd say I'm the strongest earthbender in the city. I was able to defeat the king, who was, for the longest time, to be considered the strongest person in the entire city. That's why he was the king,
Who was he exactly?
Oh, old man. He's sturdy like a mountain. His name, and stubborn as one. Old King Cole. And he's gonna describe him as he ran the city well, but as soon as the Fire Nation attacked, he started changing. He went off balance, and I don't think the city's been the same since he took over. Or rather, since the Fire Nation attacked and he's made changes to it.
So it was a good thing that he was defeated?
Good? Bad? What a good earthbender needs to do is wait and see. The changes I've seen thus far are already better.
Well, if you don't mind me saying it, you didn't exactly wait and see when you beat him. Couldn't you also say one should have waited to see if things had gotten better with him in charge?
I mean, he's been in charge for over 20 years now. Look around. What do you see?
I assume, Izzy, I see a thriving market and prosperity and stuff.
Yes.
Well, it does seem to be better.
Mm-hmm. But look at everybody's faces.
Okay, I do so.
Yeah. He's going to point out, do you notice that there's just that hint of sadness? In the backs of everyone's eyes, as though they've lost someone.
I will assume I notice.
He's pointing it out,
Yeah.
He's going to explain one of the reasons why he agreed to help Franco become the new king. Because ever since the Fire Nation attacked, Omashu has pretty much become an isolationist city. Anybody who is an earthbender is not allowed to leave, and their families are pretty much held, as incentive for them not to do so. They're not permitted to, like, everybody is effectively under house arrest unless you have a reason to leave the city. And if you are in any way related to an earthbender, you're not allowed to go.
Is that the current rule, or is that the rule with the old king?
That was the rule with the old king. Also, if refugees came to the town, if you were an earthbender, you were let in. If you weren't an earthbender or were just family members who didn't have any bending abilities, you were left at the door.
I think for a second, like, well, I think it makes sense that he shouldn't have been the Earth King anymore. But I don't understand something.
What don't you understand?
Why not you?
Why not me what?
And I just kind of like roll my eyes a little, not out of disrespect at him. I'm like, your boss.
Yeah, he's been helping the economy boom from Omashu, and now he's planning on heading to Ba Sing Se to do the same thing there. And he's able to help the prosperity of both cities. What's your question?
I mean, from the way he acts, is he really suited to be the Earth King?
He's better than most people.
And I'm like, would he have been better than you?
I'm not fit to be the Earth King.
Why not?
Because I don't want to be cooped up in Omashu. I want to go and find my friend out there. If he is still alive, or if an incarnation of him is still alive, I think I'm more valuable to the world by teaching him.
I guess that makes sense, but I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't know what.
Are you from around here?
Not exactly.
The King of Omashu is like the captain of a ship. The only time the King of Omashu is allowed to leave the city is if he goes to Ba Sing Se at the Earth King's beck and call. Otherwise, this city is his domain, but much like the previous king was imposing on the citizens, also a prison.
So, Frankto's trapped?
Well, he's going to Ba Sing Se because the Earth King needs him to do a project there. But otherwise, it's either here or the capital. And that's it.
Does he know that?
He knew that when he agreed to do it. He said somebody needed to make the change.
Maybe I judged him wrong then.
Word of advice. No matter where you go or what you do, the smarter people in the room will always pretend that everybody else is not what they think they are.
I look at him. Does that mean you too?
No, I'm exactly what you'd expect from me.
I just smile. I'm like, yeah, of course. I wouldn't know anything about that, though. And I give him a half smile.
Yep, it looks like it goes completely over his head.
Okay.
You may roll if you want to see if he gets it.
I actually do, because... Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me pull up my character sheet.
Sure.
This is why I have insight. I did not roll the right dice there. 1 moment.
Awareness and insight, please.
Yes.
Insight. No, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. There we go. That's a 4.
Nope. Looks like it completely went over his head.
I'm like, so, Mr. Boomy, can I ask you one more thing?
Sure.
Well, 2 more things, I guess. Are you going to be gone long, then, from Omashu?
I'm going to be gone until I can find out whether or not this Avatar rumor is true or not. And then I'll go where I'm needed. So I don't know when I'll be back here.
I mean, we could help you investigate the Avatar rumor. And I'll be honest, I could use someone to teach me some earthbending tricks.
Well, if we're going down the same road, there's no reason not to teach you what I know.
That sounds really nice. Can I ask? I can try to convince my friends to go in the morning, but I don't know. We'll see. I owe them a lot. I don't want to go off without them.
Well, you do what you've got to do, kid. I'm going to be heading off in the morning one way or another, but I'm confident our paths will cross again.
Okay. Well, thank you. And one last question. Have you ever heard of... This is going to sound really weird. Earthbending that's not earthbending.
I don't follow.
I look like I want to, like, say something for a sec. I'm like, never mind. Thank you. Thank you for your help, Mr. Boomy. It was really nice getting to talk to you.
He's just going to kind of look at you and completely drop the subject and just be like, okay, well, it was fantastic talking to you. Let's get this stuff back to my room. I've got a lot of packing to do.
No problem.
And
all right.
Who would you like to pass to, Wex?
Who wants to go? Roleplay wise stuff.
To be honest, right now, Yara's probably just going to go take a walk around the city and see how the city is.
Okay. You can go, Yara. As far as you want to see how defensible it is, or is there anything specific?
It is that, but also just like how the city is. Like, just go look around the city. I've never been here before. It's interesting.
Okay. Yara, could you kindly make me a... deduction and traveling scholar, please.
Sure. I'm not sure what it'll matter for, but sure. That's a 6.
Okay. So, Omashu is, first of all, massive. Like, it's not necessarily, like, you know exactly how wide it is because you saw it coming in, but, like, upon, actually walking around, you realize the city has layers. Like, it's tiered, and then there are actually some, roads and pathways that are built into the mountain that you don't see from looking at it from a distance. And in an evening stroll, you'll see some kids, running around, playing. You'll see, some vendors closing up their shops and whatnot. For the most part, everybody seems to be relatively happy. There will be guards that are, going to be making their way towards their posts at the edge of the city, surrounding the entire perimeter, and you're gonna. It's a good thing. Like, as they walk past people, there's like the respectful nods in both directions. Like, people aren't afraid of the guards of this city. Every so often there will be people as they walk by, like, they'll look at the guards and, they'll give that respectful nod and look away. And, there'll be like a little bit of sadness, like in the, the far back of, their eyes, like they're remembering something. But otherwise the guards will continue on, and these guys, there's a lot of them, and they do their due diligence. Like, they are doing constant patrols around the perimeter, both on top of the walls and along the base of the wall, looking up to make sure that, no one gets over the wall. Like, it seems like it's a very thriving city, a very secure city. And, honestly, you'll also notice that a couple of people are kind of, like, giving you, like, a quizzical look because you're clearly not from the city. After living here for so long, people kind of get to know one another.
That seems weird given how large you said the city was, but...
people would not... How do I say? Outside of the guards, people would not necessarily leave their sections. Like, it is kind of cornered off. Like, if you're... Like, going from one area to another is, like... Think walking up, like, a 6-story building's worth of stairs to get from one section to another. Unless you have a reason to go somewhere, you're not really going to be traveling from one area to another. You're going to go from your place of business to your home, and those would normally be in the same area.
Gotcha.
Other than that, everything is pretty much status quo. The one thing you found kind of weird was you found a guy selling some produce, and the prices were completely outrageous.
Was it cabbage?
Yeah, it's frickin' cabbage and lettuce.
We had to ask. I would have if Wes hadn't.
Here, there he is. There's a guy here offering you a head of lettuce and 2 cabbages for 800 gold.
Is this my uncle?
I'm just gonna give him a look. If that is an absurd price.
There's going to be a guy that runs past you and says, "That sounds like a deal!" Slaps down 800 gold on the table, takes them, and then throws the guy like another 50 gold as a tip.
I think there's been a lot of inflation this time.
Either that or there's something inside the leaves.
Pain.
Yeah, the guy behind the stall is just going to look at you and say, "You sure you don't want to buy any cabbages or lettuce? Be honest, I don't have that much stock left." He's saying, giant pile of cabbages behind him. Like, next one's going to be selling for 900.
What the fuck?
I think I'm good.
Started?
I think the actual answer there is maybe go look for Han to ask about that, because that's just bizarre.
Okay. Han, I guess that means you're going to be the next one up.
Okay.
The question that's going to come into us, can you explain the cabbages?
I don't know, Izzy, can I?
Economy. Supply versus demand. As the supply...
Is the supply of cabbage really selling through that quickly?
Also, like, people actually care about cabbage that much to pay that much for it rather than anything else?
As you, walk through the town, Dan, with you're going to notice that it's not just cabbages, it's freaking everything.
So food shortages, basically?
No, there's no shortage. It's just everybody has seemed to jack up their prices, and no one seems to have an issue paying these prices.
He gives out so much gold.
Yeah, I was just about to ask,
Gold in his pocket.
Also,
change.
it's hyperinflation.
Given
It's not
out.
supply versus demand. It's just hyperinflation.
It's
Yeah, that
hyperinflation.
makes sense.
So
Yeah.
he's ruining the economy with hyperinflation. He's that. Puppet History just did a video on the richest man that ever lived.
That was the video that was in Sean's.
Yeah.
And it was posted in Off Topic last week. And I don't know how.
Okay, so he is Mansa Musing his own city. Got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's just hyperinflation. Everybody has stupid amounts of gold. So
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Interesting.
Yira, just from being in Frankto's general vicinity, you've easily picked up what you used to make in a year, just from crap that he was ended up next to you on the street.
Out of curiosity, did we see any remnants of this in the villages that we stopped at on our way to Omashu?
No,
Interesting.
no, very specifically no. Every other place that has been dealt with has actually fair market prices all around. On your travels here, probably close to where you guys parked the tank train, the nearest village to that was selling lettuce and cabbages for a couple of copper pieces, maybe a silver if it was cooked with a nice meal attached to it.
Okay, so basically, if you work in Omashu and you commute to Omashu and then you live and shop outside, you're basically a king.
Pretty much. But as Hotaru knows this now, and you would kind of know this too, Dan, from your coming in now. You're one of the few people that actually actively goes in and out of the city. Some refugees are let in, but you very rarely see people leave Omashu.
I assume the wall and the war have to do with that.
Yeah. And reasons I recently gave Hotaru, but you probably don't know the entire story there.
Right.
But yeah, so once you're in, the city with the arguably wealthiest man in the nation, high tide rises all ships.
Yep.
Well, you're just going to mentally note to restock on small things to be easily carried around with the copious amount of gold.
Fair. Who would you guys like to pass to?
It's just Rizik and the apartment tag-alongs left, right?
Yep.
I guess I'll go.
All right.
Go for it.
All right, Nara, what are you up to?
I mean, I don't have a whole lot going on. I'm just kind of taking in everything and kind of amazed at how, I assume I overheard how expensive cabbages are.
When Han gets back to the apartment, he'll probably still be talking to Yira before Yira heads off. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm not up to a whole lot. I'm just trying to take in the city. Do I see any, urchin children to befriend, or is everybody so fucking rich that that's not a problem?
There are children. There are no urchins in this city anymore.
Oh yeah, he has a thing against urchins.
He has a thing against homeless people, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna stay with the group for now. I'm not gonna try to befriend the kids right now.
Okay. All right. You stick with the group.
I'm gonna exploring turn.
All right. Who wants to go next? Bingwa? Rizik?
I can go, I guess. I probably would similarly be looking through the city like Yara did. I would probably be paying attention to how they transport goods and trying to think of if there's any improvements can make here.
Sean, you're cutting out every other word.
Mm-hmm. The thing is happening again.
Yeah, could you say that again, please?
Okay. I'd probably similarly look at through the city, see if there's anything that these people need help with, or is it the thing of everyone is so rich, everything's taken care of?
Yeah, Omashu is not in a bad spot right now. Actually, Sean, roll me inventions plus science, please. Oh, Jesus.
Wham wham.
I've learned the dice don't like Rizik.
Yeah,
Nope.
they don't.
I wonder if you can rebuild something into a reaction that lets you reroll.
I'm on average, I've rolled 3 10s and usually got below 5 on each dice.
Yeah, that's... Yep. The dice are in a mood with you.
I mean, for everybody, that seems to be just what's happening to all the dang dice.
Yeah.
I blame Izzy. He jinxed us.
A little bit. What would you like to succeed or fail? If you succeed, it's with a major twist.
I'll just fail.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, they seem to have everything they need. You probably are going oh, you know what they could use right there? They could use a water mill. That way, it can help them do this. And then, you turn around and, you're thinking about how to design it. And you're oh, the water wheel's over here. Okay, whatever. And that happens 5 times. You come up with an idea to make a house or something really nice. And then as you turn the corner, it's right there. And you're oh. Everything they ever needed, and more. Omashu is the Inspector Gadget of cities.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, otherwise you're able to, grab the supplies you need and without any issue. And last but not least, Minghua.
I don't know if Minghua is audible right now.
Ah,
Not
okay.
for me.
Yeah, Laura's
Sec-
having problems.
I see it. Gotcha. Would you like to do anything, Laura, or are you just... Is Minghua going to sleep early? Minghua stays with group. Okay. Minghua and Naro, you guys are easy right now. Okay. Okay. If you want the cabbage, are you going to pay for said cabbage, or are you just going to take it and dare the person to say you took it? Want a cabbage. I don't even know if there's typing happening.
Nor do I.
All right. Does anybody else want to do anything in the evening hours, or do you guys just want to fast forward to the next day?
I mean,
I'm fine with that.
I'd like to meet with people and see what we want to do as a group, but that's about it.
I'd probably double check on.
Yep.
Yep. And meet up before we actually go out and do things sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. Okay. Minghua has yoinked. Yeah, I don't know why it's so in and out. Minghua has, grabbed a cabbage from the merchant.
Is Minghua trying to be subtle about this?
Clearly not.
All right. Honda's just going to toss the appropriate payment to the merchant.
Yeah, the merchant's going to look at the payment and look up and say, price went up 200 gold.
Fine.
Wow, okay.
Look, I don't want Minghua to rip the guy's arms off, so let's just take it and go.
Minghua will Chewbacca the shit out of that guy.
Also, I'm pretty sure Frankto's thrown like 4 bags of gold at me since we got back, so...
Yeah, no. I am specifically not having you guys track money or anything like that while you are in this city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, money is also literally a superpower for me, so...
Yes.
I feel like many of us are just not going to have to track money even after we leave this city right now.
I don't think you will. Looks like we lost lore. Oh, looks like we're getting lore back.
Column A, column B, column Z.
All right. I'm going to say... I'm going to fast forward to the next day, but I'm going to keep the tracker the same on you guys. So, you guys have moved to the green, and you are all back together to discuss what you would like to do.
I think probably the most important thing is to figure out why people are missing. But
yeah,
after that, I'd like to help make sure that they're protected from the Fire Nation.
Are people planning on staying in the town right now? Like for at least the day?
I don't think that was the plan.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. If we're planning on staying in the town, Jesus, Lindsay.
I mean, I'd like to maybe go investigate the Avatar with Boomy.
Is he leaving today?
He'll be leaving in about an hour.
Are we splitting the party?
I don't really want to, but I'm voicing that that's a thing that...
Because if we were gonna stay in the town for the day, I was gonna go like interrogate like various children to see if they had any ideas about like where people have been disappearing to, or if there's any like whispers that we can maybe follow, because like little kids pick up on shit when they're not supposed to be listening. If nobody else has any like strong pulls, I'm for going for the Boomy thing. But if we're planning on staying in the city and doing something else, then that's fine too.
There's not really a
Apparently,
whole
my
lot
dog is
for
going
us.
crazy with a pig right now.
It's not really a whole lot for us in the city.
Yeah,
I will tell you guys this. Boomy is planning on leaving soonish, but it looks like a lot of people in the city are also buying supplies and packing up.
do any of them say, like, respond to where are you going if asked?
They're saying that they're going with the king to Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
Completely random topic. Gavin informs me that the first, like, manned flight that somebody paid for privately is taking off today, and it's been in the air for about 8 minutes.
That's exciting.
Space!
Inspiration 4.
Inspiration 4 is apparently what it's called.
Space. Want to go to space?
Apparently somebody paid $28 million to get the chance to explode in a rocket ship.
It's a charity for St. Jude.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Charity over Ireland.
They're over Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so. Well, we lost and gained someone. So, people are saying that they're going to be traveling with the king to Ba Sing Se.
Is Boomy not going with the king?
He is not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So who is going with, who wants to go with the king to Ba Sing Se?
I think none of us want to be part of that plan.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I kind of want to make sure that the wall and their defenses get built correctly, but I do think we will want to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, I think most of us voted for the refugees as our top choice.
Yeah, like, as much as going and checking on the avatar is a thing, in character, I still think it's pretty likely some guy trying to scam people. And I'm like, we could go prove the scam is a scam, or we could go make sure people are still alive. Would be my main argument for that.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he is alive? Boomy says he knew him. He would know.
And so that's sort of the argument for letting Boomy do it, is he's able to tell. And if the Avatar is alive, he'll probably bring him back.
I look like I want to say something and I just get quiet again. I'm like, okay.
Takes up a rip and was like, I do think you going and seeing more of Boomy would be a good thing. He's a very skilled earthbender.
Out of character, I don't want to split the party.
Yep.
Don't worry, you'll have an opportunity.
Splitting the party's bad.
Splitting the party, bad. Don't do it.
Give Izzy the greatest of headaches.
If Hotaru goes with Boomy, Wex makes a new character and Hotaru becomes NPC for the time being.
I'll play Wei-Jin.
Oh, speaking of which, that reminds me. At one point, King Frankta was going to come down and tell Han to drop off all the supplies on the stone slabs out there. And he's going to turn to Rizek and said, You You're the one who mentioned the wheels, right?
What do you mean about wheels?
To put them on my stone slabs that were running across the country.
That was me, not Rizek.
Ah, you know about wheels? Excellent. Here's some money. Go put some wheels on my stone slabs. He's just gonna toss you literally a Scrooge McDuck-sized bag of money at you, Yira.
I think I'm still the person that probably would be actually doing that.
Yeah, but Yira said
Rizek, shall we go handle this before something foolish happens with these?
That's probably a good idea.
Okay. I'm gonna stick you two together on this tracker for the time being.
Yep.
Hotaru, Minghua, Nara? Anything in the meantime?
I guess I'll help with the wheels. I could probably just make the wheels.
Yeah. Alright, I'll put you three over there. Minghua, Nara, what are you two up to?
I think we have to wait for Minghua to text something to us. So are we splitting the party? We're not splitting the party.
You're not splitting the party, you're just doing little side things at the present moment.
Okay,
Yeah,
then I would like to go find some children and I guess hang out with them and see if I can get any gossip for the area.
Nanny will observe this.
Okay,
Oh,
now
you're back. Hello.
Yeah.
Is Nanny helping?
Yes, sorry, I haven't really been paying much attention for the last 10 minutes because I've been trying to do troubleshooting stuff.
That's fine.
it seems to have worked. Okay, so
At least in theory, yes.
I would argue that maybe Minghua should boost Nara because we know boosts are important for overcomes.
yeah, I was gonna say
Yes, Mingwall will boost in the form of I'm looking after you as you play with the children.
Yay.
okay, kindly roll me animal control and imposing, please, as a boost.
I love it.
Animal.
So that's good.
You also that makes sense. You're the animal. I thought he was talking.
Yeah, I took animal control under the theory that it's cartoon logic, all animals can talk to each other.
That's fair. That's actually good idea.
Okay, so that's a 4 for a boost. So Nara, you will get a +2 on corralling children, which I would like you to make as a suggestion plus creativity.
Okay.
You guys are still in green.
What
Woof.
the fuck?
Well, you got a 5, which means you succeeded with a minor twist.
I was gonna say, could that have been using one of your principles?
No.
Rip.
My principles kind of suck.
Yeah, your principles don't do what you thought they do.
Nope.
I mean,
actually was kind of wondering if I can respec maybe later.
Yes, you can, because Izzy said that that's one of the things we can use a collection for.
Yep, so upon gaining a collection, you can swap out one of your principles for something else that is viable.
I will have to look at it.
Okay.
But yeah.
So yeah, you got a 5. So Nara, you managed to talk to a couple of the children. A lot of them are excited, saying they're heading to Ba Sing Se, and a couple of them are, a little scared, a little nervous. The ones that are staying behind are just, really unaffected. It's the kids that are moving that are out and about in the streets right now. And you're getting a lot of the same story from them. How, when they get to Ba Sing Se, they're hoping that, maybe they'll run into, one of their parents, or maybe they'll run into their brother, or maybe they'll run into a long-lost friend. A shocking number of these kids have had a parent or a loved one left behind. If they were accepted, taken into the city, it's because they had a bending power, and the rest of their family did not, and they were left on the drawbridge.
Okay.
But they were insistent on being safe. And some of them have the same story that you've heard about. When the Fire Nation attacked, they were leaving their town. They were like, and it was really weird. Like, Lee was with us one night, and then we all went to sleep, and the following morning Lee wasn't there. And a lot of these kids are telling you that they remember, they stayed up late telling spooky stories under the full moon, and the ocean was kind of glimmering, and a lot of them were scared, not only from the stories, but also because they thought they saw sparks of fire out over the ocean, as though the Fire Nation was coming to get them. But as they traveled over the coming days, they realized that they were too far away to really, be of any threat, and they eventually saw Ba Sing Se coming into sight, and they were like, that's safety, and that'll be our new home. And then there was a relief over them. You get a lot of stories very similar to that.
Okay. So not a lot of room, basically what we've already heard then. So not a whole lot of new information there.
If you don't think there was any new information in what I just said, that is your
There
prerogative.
was a lot of new information on what you just said.
What'd you say, Nick?
I said there's a lot of information in what Izzy just said.
Fuck.
It's okay, it's on the recording. 8 hours, or 1 hour, 20 minutes in.
Okay, good, because I
I'm sorry.
ADD'd hard on that.
1 hour, 11 minutes in.
I don't know why, but my brain just went really fuzzy when you were talking, and I didn't really hear a lot of what you said.
Izzy's saying the same thing we already knew.
Izzy's monologuing, so my brain just went.
Izzy's monologue, brain, turn off, crap. There was nothing new in that. Everybody else, there were details in there that were important. And you're the only one that knows them now, but so does Ming-Hua.
Ming-Hua was there.
Yeah.
Yes, because I will be able to communicate them so effectively.
Ming-Hua do a great job articulating all that
Description
to us.
of Ming-Hua trying to sign
I'm
language.
looking forward to Meanwhile knowing all the secrets.
Oh god, can you text or give me a quick note? Please.
I have an entire LARP character I eventually intend to write around that concept.
What?
The character who can't communicate knowing everything.
Oh god.
Oh my god. Okay, well, enjoy that, you two. Next up, I'm going to jump over to Hotaru, Yura, and Rizik. With wheels.
I'm gonna try and boost Rizik making wheels.
Yeah, I guess going to work on making meals for delivery.
I'm also going to boost Rizik making wheels.
Okay, if the two of you could kindly roll me boosts, please. Yura, I will allow... Okay, you
I was using deduction and leadership.
Roll I wanted. Trying to click other things.
I'm rolling deduction leadership, Izzy. That's what makes the most sense to me.
Yeah, I was going to say...
I'm actually using an ability. I'm using stone sculpting.
That sounds good. That sounds useful. That is a thing that people should have.
Yep, let me see stone sculpting. I believe... Actually, you could just print it so I read what it says. Yeah, oh no, perfect. I love it. I love everything.
Alright, I'm rolling.
Roll them bones.
Okay, yeah, that's a +3 boost.
5 is only a +2.
I don't use the 5.
It's a max boost.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, okay. So,
Nice.
Hotaru gives a +3, Yura gives a +2, so Rizik, you're at a +5.
Cool. I'm going to use Principle of the Gearhead for building this.
I want to see all ones.
I can't wait for you to
Oh,
roll
wait,
one
Izzy,
more.
I thought only one boost could be used on a roll for that.
No.
Okay.
You can only exclusive rolls. Only exclusive boosts you can have one of, but if it's a generic boost, you can have as many as you want piled on.
I'm basically giving you the stone wheels, the framework of them to work with.
Oh dear
Yeah,
God!
you're giving me stone wheel. You're shaping stone to be in the framework that I need for this. Getting advice and instruction from Yara, and working on a design that's also using stone. The earthbenders going with can probably boost the speed of this moving with their bending.
Mm-hmm.
So, sir, you just rolled a 13, which is succeeds beyond wildest.
Actually, isn't it? Wasn't I at the? What was the plus I was at?
5?
Okay, yeah, 13. Yep, you did get the. Remember that he's the principal.
Yep. So, yeah, you're at 13. Yeah, no, it takes you a couple of hours, but like these things are. After like an hour or so of you like tacking wheels onto one of these giant slabs, a couple of earthbenders come out and realize like, oh, this is going to be so much easier than we thought it was going to be. And yeah, everybody is incredibly grateful, but this is chewing up a good portion of your day. Excuse me. And that's the 3 of you. Lastly, Han. You got anything specific you want to do? Dan?
What was that?
Dan?
Yes.
You have anything specific you want to do in the city as other people are doing stuff?
I don't think so. I mean,
Good.
I'm the only one who knows the place.
Good. So, as everybody else is off doing their own things and you're like, good, I can just sit, relax, and drink some herbal tea. And, read the business column. You hear, Han! You hear the Han horn.
The Han horn.
You remember that horn from the other day where you entered the city and you were announced and there was that horn that said your name as it was, breathed into?
Oh, God.
The difference is, this time, it sounds like it's coming from the palace. And immediately after that, you hear shockingly loud from this distance, Han! My office! Now!
Well, I guess I know where I'm going. Han will down the last of his tea and make his way to the palace then.
Yeah, so as you're making your way to the palace, you remember that scene from The Emperor's New Groove where Cusco throws Piglet out the window?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's happening. That's happening to Wei Jin.
Oh no.
I mean, he's fine. He's landing in a big, fluffy pile of coins.
Something about that doesn't sound right.
If it works for Scrooge McDuck, it works for everybody.
They've also established in the newer show that Scrooge has specifically trained how to do that.
Point of interest. Yes. Okay, fine. He lands into a fluffy pile of rocks.
A bit fluffy pile of cabbages.
I think
Fuck it! Yep, cabbages.
Yeah,
the cabbage car's going, my cabbages!
Gotta give people what they want, Izzy.
It only took 5 sessions.
Yep.
Sessions. My cabbages! As you run past Wei Jin, he's just going to wave at you and sneeze, and you're not sure what's greener, his snot or the cabbages.
Gross.
We
I
need to
feel
find
I feel a little worse for the extorting cabbage man now.
slightly. We still need to find like a doctor / exorcist.
Yeah, we gotta get him looked at.
So Han, are you heading into Francto's office?
Yep.
Yeah, Francto's standing there, arms clasped behind his back, looking out over the window back to you. It's like, Han, we need to have a discussion. You know I'm very liberal with what I allow you to do for my business. But it's come to my attention that you're bringing some rather unsavory and questionable people into this city. Do you know where their allegiances lie? How do you know they weren't sent here to spy on us?
Who was sent here to spy on us?
Who do you think I'm talking about?
The idiot you just threw out the window?
Exactly! He's going to say, turning around and facing you. The front of his shirt looks like a Nickelodeon gack splat. Only green.
There we go.
Ha! Or here's
Yeah,
Mike
we were gonna
aggressively.
take him to a doctor about that. We're not quite sure why that does that.
Do you have any idea what you've done by bringing him here to Omashu?
Isn't he just... as far as we knew, he's just some earthbender who was... or some guy who was ostracized by an earthbending village.
And how do you explain this? He's going to say, gesturing at his shirt.
Is his shirt
Like I
neon
said, we're
green?
going to have a doctor look at him. We're not sure what to make of the goo yet.
Not sure we'll ever be sure what to make of the goo.
Frankto's going to look at you and say, Han, I understand that you want to help him. I want to help him too. But you have to see, when this happens, he is beyond help. And I have lost the voice.
You only have yourself to blame.
He's just so indignant about his shirt being ruined that his voice drops an octave.
Yeah, his voice just dropped an octave. He's like, Han, you're the one who invited him into the city, which means you have to be the one to send him away. I don't want him anywhere near the capital, near the business, or near any of the things that we've talked about, any of those rumors, be they true or false. You don't want someone like her to constantly be watching over our shoulders. Trust me.
Like her?
He's just going to stare at you and blink a few times. And just be like, have I made myself clear?
Removing him, but who's her?
Her who? I didn't say her. Don't worry about it. Don't talk about it. Never talk about it.
This is fine.
He's saying as he's like going over to like a wastebasket and trying to get the green crap off of his shirt.
And Boomy trusts this guy's judgment?
Han's the only one here right now, but
Han is the only one here right now.
Oh, I'm just saying out of character.
yeah.
I mean, look, I don't trust the guy's judgment.
Roll me presence plus insight.
Okay.
That's
a 7.
That's so much better than what most people have been rolling.
Han stole all the luck.
So Dan, this is eerie. Like, you're pretty sure your boss is afraid of something. But you also know, and this is the part that's actually kind of off-putting to you, he's never been more serious.
Like even if he like wanted me to correct something, he wouldn't be this like direct when and
Oh no, like you've known for a while, like your boss is either a genius or a complete buffoon, but the luckiest buffoon on the face of the earth. There's no middle ground. He's one of those two things.
Okay. But clearly he knows more about this than he's letting on.
Yeah.
Well, boss, I'll be sure to remove him. If I might ask, is there anything I should be looking out for in regards to Wei Jin? In order to protect the business, you understand.
I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about prying eyes and prying ears, which he may be helping along. He's going to say as he wipes some of the goop off of his shirt and just kind of flings it out the window.
understand, what would a homeless man with some unusual gunk in his nose have to do with prying eyes? The man can barely remember a thing.
Again, he's not the one I'm worried about.
And who are you worried about?
Han, I know your history. This is one of those aspects where I wish you had paid more attention to the spiritual aspect of training.
You know full well that was never my strong suit.
I know. Which is why, despite all the company you've recently acquired, I'm glad you found at least a few people who have that strength. Let them be your guides in this matter.
Well, I suppose I can do that.
As far as this man, I don't want him to want for anything. Gonna send him to an isolated location, away from people.
Should we have a doctor examine him, at least?
You don't need a doctor for what he has.
What do we need?
An exorcist.
I was gonna say a shaman.
Do I know of any reputable shaman?
Shamans by their nature are not reputable.
I think. Do you know?
Given the world we live in, it seems more reputable than we would otherwise think.
Gurus and monks are reputable. If you're a shaman, you are considered like a witch or an eccentric.
Okay. So you're not just a bender. You're kind of a loon.
If you're a bender at all.
If you're a bender at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about bringing Wei Jin with us then.
Yeah, that solves that problem.
All right. And with that, that's the end of this round. Would you guys like to do anything else within the city, or... Because you're now in yellow.
I'd say probably wish Boomy a good journey if we are not going with him, and ask what route he plans to take. So, because I would like to catch up to him at some point.
Mm-hmm. So Boomy is going to tell you guys that from what the rumors he heard, the person who's claiming to be the Avatar has been popping up along the coast, heading north. So he's going to make his way up the coast towards Makapu village. And
weren't the Avatar sightings out east?
Yeah, they were out east last time.
He's heard different rumors than you guys.
Interesting. We should.
I'm
check
gonna
that
make
in.
sure to let him know about what we know.
We should also figure out what rumors he's heard if he's got different ones from us.
Yeah.
Okay, who's specific? Are all of you talking to Boomy, or is it just a select few of you? Or are you all seeing him off?
Well, Han would definitely be kind of questioning him about this.
About going out to find him?
Yeah, and just more about how he knew the Avatar, or at least some incarnation of the Avatar.
He's gonna name drop Aang and how he was one of his closest friends growing up. And then, during the attack, or rather after the attack, he never heard from him again. And he assumed the worst. But he always was hopeful because Aang was always the creative sort that maybe he's just been in hiding. And that's why he's been training to become the strongest earthbender he can. So if and when his friend does return, he could not only, be a teacher, but also an ally and an equal to fight by his side.
Aww.
I suppose it is nice to dream like that.
In the world we live in, if you don't have dreams, you don't have anything.
Yeah, that's true.
But, yeah. So, yeah, he's, again, going to mention that he's going up north, which, as you guys pointed out, conflicts with the stories you guys heard.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you hear about the Avatar up north?
I heard that... I mean, last I heard he was up north. That might have changed. But I heard that he was traveling with a group of people. Oh, God, what the hell were they called? They apparently they were showing off bending through the use of an old theatrical performance. Love Amongst Dragons, I think. All of you from the Fire Nation would know that it's like exactly what that is.
Talking about the one that the Fire Lord family would often see.
He's saying that apparently that there's a theater troupe that's been going that found him and have been going around with him, and he's been helping with the performances, and because they kind of go all over the place, and he's been saying that he needs teachers, but he also needs to be protected, and they've been protecting him. What was that group called again? They were like singers, company of singers.
Minghua is immediately just like perks up and then kind of goes into an opera singing position.
That was it. The Flying Opera Company.
Minghua immediately turns incredible pleading eyes to the rest of the group. And you recall that that was indeed the name of the troupe that Minghua had been
No one else would know that.
I gave them the handout that they recognized
Oh,
the name
yeah.
from.
crap! Right, yeah, no, okay, all of you guys know that then. I completely forgot about that. I am sorry, Laura. I completely forgot
No,
about
completely fine.
I kind of like woke up. I'm like, so maybe we can go try to find them.
Well, I suppose we can look into it. Don't really want to leave that refugee rumor hanging, though.
Yeah.
Plus, we got
Yeah.
conflicting information. We've heard Avatar sightings in the east.
Well, I'll write to you when I get up north. Do you have any... If you're heading out east, do you know what the nearest city will be?
Well, where did we hear the rumors? The rumors starting, I guess.
They were vaguely around 27 on the world map, I think.
I believe that is correct. Was it 27 or 20? 28, 2 Zen. Boomy will tell you that like when he if he gets up north, he will send you guys a hawk to 2 Zen. A messenger hawk to you guys.
Mhm.
Can we have our own hawk to be able to send messages out as needed?
Most major you would know this, Dan. Most major cities would have one that they're like carrier pigeons. They'll go where you need them to go.
Okay.
So yeah, Boomy is saying he's going to Makapu Village, which is number 16 on the map. So if
Can
you
we go back to the map?
you guys actually have it, it should be underneath your player characters thing.
Yeah, we have.
Oh. Okay, so we do.
Yeah, you should have expectations, party notes, and world map always available to you.
Did not realize.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going real far north.
Yeah, he's going to 16. Like as a point of reference for those of you who know the show, this is eventually where Republic City is going to be settled. Hence the little box that's pointing towards 16. The thing you guys heard about is 28, which is due east.
And where were the refugee rumors?
It's pretty much everywhere in the southern part of the continent. From people are saying, they came from all over. Effectively, any small village that knew of Omashu, these refugees kind of migrated here. But it's mostly from like the peninsula area 25 and also like 22, 23 area. Effectively, any place that the Fire Nation could easily dock onto shores and, launch an attack, people have been running from and come to Omashu because it's a stronghold.
So what you're saying is, if we go for the either direction of the Avatar rumors, we can hit those villages en route.
Yes. There will be more going to out east. Just because there's more sea access and less mountains. Until you actually hit the mountains proper. But there's still a coast underneath them.
Well, it sounds like we can actually handle both of these problems. Do we want to go split the difference and go north or go with Boomy, or go east to see about the rumors over there? North is the one that is where Minghua's circus was?
Well, if the rumors that Boomy heard are true, yes. If the Flying Opera Company is with the Avatar and the rumors you heard are true, effectively you have four options. 4 is everything's a lie. 1 is information Boomy heard is correct, and the Avatar and the Flying Opera Company will be around 16. There is Boomy's information was accurate, but he got the wrong location, and they're actually at 28. Or it's Boomy's information is inaccurate, and the Avatar is at 28. Those are really your 4 options at this point.
Minghua has a clear preference, but we'll go
I
with
also have
the
a
rest of the
preference.
party to
I
decide.
like going with Minghua's plan.
Yeah. As a side note to all this, the things on the list, Bossing Say, you all know where that is on the map. The relics in the desert are in the desert, which is 30 and 31. It's the slightly darker brown spot.
Yep.
Sister from the West, you actually haven't gotten a ton of information about yet, so... and you guys know about the refugees and the sightings of the Avatar.
Yep.
Well, I would say either refugees or go with Boomy.
I mean, I feel like we're going to be trying refugees first, even if we go with Boomy, because we're still passing through those areas.
Agreed.
Yeah, honestly, I think it makes more sense for us to investigate the Avatar rumors to the east, and then if Boomy finds anything up north, we'll hear from him. And we'll hit refugee stuff on the way.
Sounds like we're either voting for north or east, yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Alright,
voting.
so
I'm
who
voting
votes
for east.
So we have Dan
I like east more because it gets us some more of the part where the refugees show up, and also is not doubling up on searching for the same Avatar information as Boomy. I understand that some people want to go with Boomy because he's Boomy.
In character, I want to go with Boomy. Out of character, I know it's unlikely to work.
Alright, so
For the part Minghua wants.
does anybody else vote for east? Who votes for north?
I vote for north.
1. I'm voting for north, so we're tied right now.
Does Rizak have an opinion?
I don't have a strong opinion, but I'd probably vote for east over north if that's where it sounds like the refugee problem also is. But
Then are we 50-50?
We are literally 50-50.
Tell me why. Are you saying north then?
What?
Are you voting north or east?
I mean, north, but I'm perfectly happy with east.
Alright. Making this easy on us so we actually have a visual aid. Vote north or vote east. In character, guys. One vote
in
each,
character
please.
vote is slightly different from out of character vote.
Well, I put it. It's in the in-character chat.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yep.
Someone still has not voted. Oh, Jesus.
As I said, we are split 50-50.
You guys are split legitimately 50-50. Either way...
However, I will point out that the people resembling authority figures in the party are all voting East.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
So given that...
I would say East then.
Okay. East it is.
Swing
just
by
because
East and
that's a
North.
simple tiebreaker.
I mean, yeah, because I want to go north because it sounds like there's going to be like a play that I can go see. So,
All right. So, as you guys come to this decision, Boomy is, gonna, wish you all the best of luck and promise you guys that he will send you a messenger hawk as soon as he finds anything or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Then he's gonna jump down or launch himself up on top of the wall of Omashu and then jump down. And by the time you get to the top of the wall to see him, you see 2 giant mountains kind of running across the horizon as he does the Toph run on Earth trick to get moving.
Yep.
And he's just going to be like a speck.
Well, they would have just slowed him down anyway.
It's true.
So later that day, Frankto is going to come down and say that he's also going to be taking any refugees and about half of the Earthbenders who want to go with him to Ba Sing Se. And he's going to extend one more time. He's like, "You're more than welcome to join me,
Mingwall wrinkles his nose at this offer.
I'm sure we'll have a chance to meet up with you in Ba Sing Se once we've taken care of some of this other business. Divide and conquer and all that.
Of course, of course. Frankto is going to let you guys know that he's leaving. I'm leaving a regent in command in my stead, who I'm confident has the interests of the people best at heart, but is not allowed to deviate. But is not allowed to change any laws I have enacted.
Is it Cabbage Man?
Damn it! Now I want it to be Cabbage Man.
Is it Cabbage Man's brother?
No, he's actually reinstalling the old king.
I fucking knew it.
Oh,
This can't go badly at all. There won't be a civil war in the Earth Kingdom at all.
I gotta look a little alarmed at that. I'm like, Your Majesty, does Boomy know you did that? Or you're doing that?
I mean, I didn't talk to him about it, but he's the logical choice. He has all the experience of running the city. And besides, the reason people were unhappy here was because he wasn't letting people in and he was keeping others out. Everybody who wants to leave, I'm taking with me to Ba Sing Se so they can reunite with their families.
Mingwall's just squint glaring real hard.
Look very uncomfortable at this decision.
I have faith in him. Everybody will be generous in this transition, including him.
Just internally sighing so hard.
Yeah, he doesn't pick up on
Clearly cannot be a problem.
It doesn't appear as though he picks up on any of your internal issues. And
What could possibly go wrong? Money fixes all problems, right?
Pretty much. He's going to wish you guys the best of luck with figuring out what happened to those missing people, as well as the if you have any luck finding the Avatar. Send me an eagle. If you come into Ba Sing Se, let me know. We'll do lunch or dinner or something.
Don't you mean a hawk?
Yes, we'll do a hawk.
He has his own fleet of eagles. Don't ask.
Giant eagles. You can ride them along the sun as soon as they get bigger. That is a bad Lord of the
They hate
reference.
small people for some reason. Won't give them rides anywhere.
Very small people. He's gonna hold his hands up like 3 inches big. Anyway. Frank,
Not where I was going with that at all.
I know that's not what you were going with that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Get your Hobbit references the hell out of my game, sir.
Fuck you.
You give us Frankto,
You know what?
deal with
You know
what
what?
you
Just for that,
get.
getting more Hobbit
Yep,
games.
this is all your fault, Izzy.
I swear to God, Dan, don't make me do it. You put Hobbit. Okay, fine, we're doing this.
We're doing this.
Boy,
We're doing this.
this is how we die, everyone.
I found the best one.
No, this is how... No, this is how Dan
Why is he
dies.
so
Again.
short? Why is he so short?
He's a hobbit.
Yeah, but that's clearly post-production, or
They probably have Gandalf on a box or something.
or is he just that?
He might be kneeling.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This could be forced perspective. I love forced perspective. Anyway, we're getting off topic. So Frankto's going to head out with more than 50% of the standing army of Omashu, and they're all going to be heading north, carrying all the supplies you guys took in on the tank train, in addition to a bunch of other stuff that Frankto had been stockpiling for this particular move. And that's when a runner shows up.
This is fine.
And the runner is going to report to the guards at the door, and you guys can easily overhear this, that it looks like a battalion of Fire Nation tanks is trying to come over the mountain and make an assault on the city. And all the guards are going to start, preparing defenses. You guys, because of who you are, have the option of staying and helping or GTFOing.
Mingwa votes GTFO.
Vote for GTFO. You are on the bottom of the tracker.
Han's a businessman, not a soldier.
GTFO.
I mean, that's a really big force. I kind of would like to stay and help just because it's also his area of expertise. He might have some information to give back and help them.
Or is it...
I'm not sure what help I can give without giving up my identity with this. I would love to help, but
I mean, I'm sure as Rizik starts pointing out, I'm sure people are going to have lots of questions after for why Rizik knows a lot of details on how to damage those tank trains. And by tank trains, I just mean tanks.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
But, he'd probably be willing to help because of that.
So, Hotaru, Yura, Nara, you guys have to vote.
I am unsure because I am a scared 17-year-old girl, and will defer to Sister Yira here.
Well, you're being picked up by Mingwa along with Nora, so...
Yeah, I'm going to go with it. If anyone is here is staying and fighting, it's going to be me and Rizik and no one else.
I mean, Han will stay if the group is going to stay, but Han votes that we leave.
That's what I'm saying, guys. Put your votes in. You guys can move yourselves on the tracker. Up is stay, down is leave.
I'm leaving. I will vote as Yira votes.
I mean, Mingwa is already trying to move you to leave,
Wait, I
so...
gotta put my actual
I can't move my thing right now, so I move mine up.
Oh wait, never mind.
You want to stay?
You can't.
No, I want to leave. I thought up was leaving.
No,
No,
down.
up is
Down
stay.
is maybe.
Down is
Oh,
leaving.
then down. Sorry.
And I think the thing is, Yura's vote is she and Rizik stay to help for as long as they can before getting out, and everyone else get out of here because, well, relative age of everyone involved, and still the continuous thought that Han is a non-combatant.
Hey, and I was taught how to drive trains, so
So
I believe Hotaru got lessons as well.
So if the three of you try to stay, Han will reluctantly stay.
I will not leave you. Even if you tell me to.
Okay, so
So it sounds like
That would actually make my vote shift over to leave, knowing that Hotaru is going to actually do that.
Yeah, if like
No,
I guess the thing-
leave it so that Minghua and Nara are the only ones who are going to the train. This will be fine.
yeah, I know how to drive it. It'll be fine.
I mean, there were lessons on how to drive the train.
It's true.
I knew those would come in handy. Those were excellent ideas.
Okay, actually,
Sure,
you're
he
just going to
wants
ask
to-
Rizik, what could we do sending the train out past there? I have an idea. For at least how to distract them and give the city more time. If we get the train, if we go out in the train, bring it near the mountain, Hotaru, how much do you think you could either cause a like small avalanche under their tanks? Or wreck the path they're trying to take?
I'm like, I think I could do it, but I look at you knowingly. I'd have to push myself. And I give you a very knowing look of what that means.
And I'm going to just check with Rizik. Rizik, do you think that's possible? Izzy, actually, from my experience, is it possible for us to do that and, like, get away?
You personally are not familiar with this terrain. However,
No. Not this is terrain, like, our speed versus the average tank.
Yeah, Rizik's Pratt is definitely faster than the average bear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so there are some mobility issues with the current train, with the current tanks, and there's the thing of if their wheels get stuck, if they get flipped or tilted, they do not have a good way of righting themselves that isn't people getting out and fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
So damage to the terrain that disrupts their movement can slow them down.
I mean, don't push yourself too hard. Maybe not a full-on avalanche, just uneven terrain, wreck their wheels, make them flip.
I take a breath. I think I can do that.
Okay. Han, are you willing to take part in this plan?
Stupid plan, but I would feel a little guilty leaving the city to burn.
Yeah. We can outrun them if we draw two or as many as we draw to us are some that are out of formation and not attacking the city properly.
Rizik, do you know these tanks well enough? Do you think you could give the defensive force some pointers before we leave?
This is an absolutely ridiculous plan.
I can give them as much as I can on their weak spots. The one thing that I'm worried about is the fact that, like, didn't a bunch of the Earthbenders always leave, and the underbellies of these tanks is probably their biggest weak spot.
I mean, Izzy, how much do the forces of Omashu know about Firebender tech?
Not much. Omashu has very much been they have seen tanks traveling around, but in the past decade or so, since old King Cole has been on the throne, there's never been, like, an attack proper on the city. Like, they've always just avoided it because they knew it was kind of insurmountable.
Yeah, I'll give them as much information as possible on what I know about these tanks and their weak spots.
Yeah, that works.
Wait, are we killing Iroh's son?
Nah, he's not born yet.
All right,
We're way too early.
Different battlefield as well.
Mhm.
Right. That was Boston.
Yeah, no, Bossing Say, guys. That's not coming up in the game.
Definitely not.
Not without we're avoiding it.
Yep.
Old King Cole.
To the tank train, then.
Yep.
Yep. It's a bad idea, but it's an idea that might actually help them.
Yeah, I will roll to boost Hotaru. Well,
Okay.
Shouldn't
Tell me
you be
why.
rolling
You're not
for
getting the
drive
fuck
instead
away
of
from me.
boosting?
Yeah, no, you should be rolling drive, and we should be boosting you and Hotaru.
Okay, guys, give me 1 second. I need to actually upload this map. Because this was not an option I had planned for.
We finally surprised Izzy.
Izzy, you gave us the rope to hang you with. What did you
Yep.
think was going to happen?
I wasn't expecting you to take the fight to them in this
When in
map.
doubt, the party will pick the dumbest options. See also, unload the boat. Shit, how are we
See
supposed to get off
literally
the island?
every other session of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You keep
Izzy,
saying
we
you made
don't
our
think we
antagonists
have
too
the
strong.
power to fight that many Fire Nation tanks
Izzy,
with just us.
Izzy, you
so
said
we're
in session
going for
one you
plan,
thought
hit
Maiden
and
was
run.
strong.
Yep.
I said what session 1? I'm sorry.
You said in session one that you thought you'd made our antagonists too smart based on our decisions. We plan to live down to that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me fix this real quick. Background map. Where did I just put that? There we go. I have no idea if this is going to be the correct scale for this, but we'll figure it out. Boop, 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 do, 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 do. This might be too big. This is probably way too big.
There's only one way to find out.
Yep, only one way to find out. Okay, let's get you guys all over here. I expect this to be complete. Are you all here?
It is completely black.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? I thought I
Oh, all black.
No, all black, huh? Let me try revealing again. There we go.
There we go.
So yeah, there's a bunch of cliffs right by the water side where you, like the runner saw the boats as they were coming in from the sea, and that's where you guys figured you might have your best shot to actually hit and run as they were trying to dock, because Han knows of a narrow strait that leads between the mountains from that spot.
Mm.
You all can you should be able to drag yourselves onto this map.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so tiny.
where is the rest of the party? Or where? Oh.
So small.
Big. No. Big. 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 No. Big. Big. Big.
Bigger. Bigger.
Too big. Too small. Stop moving, Kenzie!
You expect a small child to stay still? Izzy.
I don't see.
Yeah,
I don't see.
seriously,
I don't
isn't
see. I don't see your.
I moved myself onto the map, and that was it.
No, where's Yura? I don't see Yura.
Yura has not dragged herself on yet.
There we go. On map.
All right, there we go.
Okay, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Doors are done.
All right, there's your Pratt.
Dishes are going.
Maybe to scale. No, not quite to scale. Still definitely huge.
What did I miss?
All huge.
That's about right for it. Here's BB.
So Minghua, plan run away. Are we getting on the Sky Bison and flying the fuck away?
I think BB's a baby. I don't think
BB can carry maybe 2 of us.
It was 2.5 of us.
Yeah.
BB
Yeah,
is
kind
quite
of.
strong for BB's age. If BB
Yeah, but
can
BB
carry
and I are
people.
BB and I are probably the same size.
That is a good point. I can ride BB.
Well, let's put it this way: BB can probably carry me, or it can carry 2, or she can carry 2 of the smaller people.
So me. She can definitely carry me, though. Is what
She
I'm
can probably
hearing.
carry like you and Hotaru.
Okay. Yeah. How much do 8-year-olds weigh? Like 50 pounds?
More than that.
More than
Yeah.
that.
Really?
Yeah.
60 pounds? How much does an 8-year-old weigh?
I mean, my child is 2.5, and he is almost 50 pounds already. But he is a large.
Your
Yeah, I'd say
child
probably
is also
closer to
enormous.
75, 80.
For 8-year-old girl. 8-year-old American girl. Finally, 8-year-old has an average height of 50 inches, and it is an average weight of 58 pounds.
Oh, okay.
I was close with 50.
Yes, you were.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is your child seriously nearly 50 pounds at 2?
Yes.
Are you feeding him growth hormones? What the fuck, Wex?
Look,
My
some
daughter
grow up
seems to be
before they grow
following
up.
suit, as she is also a fairly large child.
I mean, Griffin's a big kid too, but like, damn.
Hey, some kids grow up.
Haven't you heard
before
about
they grow
that
up.
new HGH baby formula? It's great.
Seriously. Fuck.
He is the largest lad.
I guess so. Like, Griffin was basically like moved forward because he was like not bullying kids, but kind of bullying kids because he would like bowl over children because he was big. So, you know, that's a thing.
All right, guys. So you see a bunch of tanks and a bunch of soldiers on foot, kind of like marching alongside them. The tanks are seeming to have an issue getting into one of these narrow cliff edges, but you know they can fit a couple of Fire Nation soldiers around them.
Well, I guess
Hotaru,
I
I
know
don't
what
suppose
we're
you can
collapsing.
collapse the cliffside onto some of them.
I mean, I can try.
That sounds like the probably will cost too much one, but
Can I boost before she does that?
I mean, what is just out of character? The plan is like, am I trying to like stop the tanks specifically, or like block the pass?
Mostly just block the pass.
I mean, I can
the pass
Prob-
damage the tanks.
I can probably bring those cliffs down. I think.
Also, are we going to start in green? Or are we going to start in yellow?
You guys are going to be starting. Can everybody see the tracker at the top?
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys are going to be starting in green.
Okay.
So probably other people than Hotaru go first so they can...
I am going to say, like, you guys are still a ways away at this point, and real quick, as your first round, this is mostly just going to be a see what you see kind of thing before you can take any actions. I'm saying your first screen is going to be formulating your plan, giving boosts, and making observation checks.
Yep.
So, who's doing what? Who would like to go first?
I would like to go first so that I can get on baby and fly to safety, to relative safety.
We are not showing BB to the Fire Nation.
No, we are not. BB is staying firmly in the cargo hold.
Yeah, you guys are all in the tank train.
Why is BB outside of the train then?
We're all
Because we
we're
all
all just tokens on the thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
Not all just tokens in this great game of life, man.
I thought that the bison was there. If the bison is in the train, then
Yeah, you're all in the tank train unless some of you want to go out on top. In which case, if you're going out on top, I will say put yourself closer to the tank train on the map. Otherwise, this is just where I'm going to leave you guys for the present time.
Probably only useful on top of the tank train, so.
Fine. I'm going to go find the fucking spirit ball dude of the train and go talk to it.
Okay.
And I want to be like, hey, there's some really bad people coming, and we need your help so that we can defeat them. What you got? What can you do?
What you got?
No. Bad. Evil. No.
Yes.
Stay away.
We need to defeat the evil. We can't stay away, or else it'll hurt more people.
Stay away.
No, we can't. We have to do this.
Rizik, you're noticing your controls keep trying to shift you to get the fuck away as you drive this thing.
well, there will be basically some attempt of getting it to stay in park because we are not trying to flee yet. We need to hit them first. So,
Can I'm trying to like figure out, can I like push some of my spiritual energy into the ball to calm it down?
I need to look at your sheet.
What? I
Sounds
don't
Look, Izzy forgot something.
I don't think I don't really have a thing, but I want to be able to like do that.
I mean, that sounds like just an overcome action.
Yeah, that does sound like an overcome
that's
action.
an overcome.
That sounds like the most just roleplay, I bullshit the thing.
Yep.
There's no ability for that.
Yeah, you know what, Kenzie? Roll me Principle of Whispers.
Okay.
Suggestion.
How do
Suggestion.
I actually use that?
It's just an overcome action. So, roll me your suggestion plus. I'll give you otherworldly mythos.
Okay. We're in green still. Okay.
You are in green. Yeah. A 5.
that is their second hero point.
That is your third hero point.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right. So what I'm saying that does is it calms down and will allow Rizik to handle the tank train properly. But yeah, no, that you just keep hearing. We shouldn't be doing this. This is bad. Very bad.
I know, and I just keep whispering, I know it's bad, but it's gonna be worse if we don't do something, so we have to do this.
Yeah, live and let die.
The fuck? Sure, but maybe let's not die, because you're really tough, right? Yeah, not gonna die, just kill the other people.
Yeah.
A plus maximum scrillage.
I don't know what the fuck. I'm 8, okay? I don't want to die.
Just for clarification, Kenzie.
Huh? Oh. Yeah. Ah, that makes way more sense.
If my voice gets gruffer, you know what that means now.
Now I know what that means.
Okay.
I was really confused. I was like, that's different.
Okay.
Who's not a path?
I guess I'm done. I don't fuck. I guess Rizik, since he's now in control better.
Okay, since it's not time to run yet or charge them or anything, I'm going to slap together a device to, I don't know, I guess help Kotaru identify faults and, like, detect the movements of the tanks.
Okay. All right. Roll me a boost, please. Helpful invention. So I'm going to say inventions plus technology. That's really good. Hotaru, you're getting a +3.
We
And guys, don't forget,
I'm going for persistence, so I'm using the mid die of the 9.
Oh, okay then. Guys, don't forget, I have the combat tracker. You guys can freely edit this. And Sean, if you would not mind, put that +3 in there for Hotaru. You guys remember how that works, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go next?
I suppose I can. Should I throw a boost or should I defend the tank train? I feel like defending the tank train might be the play.
Okay.
Thoughts all?
Sure.
Either or, I believe we're still pretty far out, so...
Yeah, I'm going to say next round is when you guys are, approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can see your quarry because you guys have, like, binoculars. Until next round, they will probably not know that, you guys are around. They're just going to be slowly doing a march up.
In that case, I will also boost Tutaro with information about what I know for this sort of bending from that I have learned in my travels.
Okay. Traveling scholar plus deduction.
Bending lore.
Bending lore, right.
It's a 5.
5. Okay, that's a +2 bonus. Also throw that onto that tracking sheet, please.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck are these other 2 things? They should have gotten deleted. Delete, 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 delete.
Wait.
Sorry, these things below Rizik's current device are not supposed to be there. There we go. Okay.
Along with the anyone helping the ship flee +3/+2 captain. We're not really on a fleeing ship anymore.
Yep.
That got undone.
Weird.
There we
Okay.
go.
There we go. Okay. Or I guess it didn't save when I was clearing it out. Okay. So Yura, add that +2 boost in there.
Yep.
Who do you want to pass to?
Give it to me before Han.
Okay, yeah, sure. Give it to Minghua.
Minghua is going to prepare to, physically brace or move Han to help out with whatever he wants to do, whether it's lifting him or making it so he has to worry less about his balance while bending.
Okay. Sounds
He's
good.
not a bender.
Yeah, Han's not a bender. What are you talking about?
Fine, be prepared to move him around as he looks at stuff, so that'll be a +2 boost.
Yep. Also put that in the sheet, or do you need me to do that because of internet?
I'll do that. Internet seems to be fixed, at least on the surface.
Yay. Do not forget to click save after you input the thing, guys. You need to hit edit and then save. Alright, who are you going to pass to, Minghua?
Oh, wait, did all of them? Someone's having more.
I will pass to Hotaru.
Okay, I can't do the plan yet, right?
Not yet, no. You got to wait till at least next round to get close enough to the cliffs.
Okay.
Self boost?
Yeah, I can boost myself.
You can.
So I will. Let's see. So I've been given a device. I've been given advice. I guess to boost myself, I'm just gonna probably just form jagged spinning rocks around myself that I can drive into the rock to the fault lines to crack them.
I like that. Roll it.
Okay, that is a plus. The 10 of 4.
A 10 is
Why are
a,
you
a 10 is
getting
a 10 is a
maxed?
3.
Why are you getting the max die here?
Because it's my ability.
Oh.
Apply the +3 from the persistent
Oh
boost
shit.
from
That gets it
Rizik.
to a +4.
Oh, yep. The Oh, what was the device specifically used for? Because that's the key in
False
this.
detection.
Uh,
I don't think I would apply that
yeah,
here.
no,
then.
it's not here.
Okay.
This is him getting
Never
prepped.
mind.
Yeah, boosts are only when they would apply, and in that case, not quite.
Okay, fair enough.
Alrighty. And I guess last is going to be Han.
I
No one
guess
has
I'm-
made an awareness check, I will point out.
that thing that I don't have.
I mean, you'd be better at it than me, but that's a low frickin' bar.
I mean, I'd be exactly as good at it as you.
I should have been the one to do that, but also I hate awareness as a thing.
I have awareness. I just am busy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can I make an insight roll on like what the troops are doing or whatever?
Yes, you may actually. I will allow insight if you want to like get their movements. I'm going to say the tank train has a pair of binoculars or like at least a telescope.
And Mingwa will be lifting you to give you like a better
Yeah,
point of view.
yeah. So you will use that bonus, but yeah, roll. Yeah, insight.
So I guess 7 plus whatever
Plus 2,
Minghua's bonus
9.
is, so 9.
Yep. So 9.
Yep.
Action completely succeeds. Okay, so Han, here's the deal. You're not a military strategist at all.
Nope.
Honestly, you think like it makes sense for them to line things up, the tanks up one at a time and to go in single file. That's just most efficient, and that appears to be what they're doing. But also, as you're looking through this thing, you're noticing that a lot of the tanks are like waiting back, and it looks like this large carrier is coming out. That's going to be dragged behind several tanks that are like lashed together.
Oh no.
And you're noticing a couple of flags on not the ship and on this particular carrier.
Okay.
Looks like whatever battalion this is has the symbol of a hog monkey in like a very philosophical pose, pointing up towards the sky, the bright blue background, and there's 3 triangle stars up towards where it's pointing.
Is this Hotaru's brother's thing or not?
This is not. These are not the flags that were previously pursuing you.
These flags only raise new questions.
Yes, they should. I will let you tell the party about that for free. Out of turn.
Okay. I will be giving them a complete explanation.
Which means our
Is it an eye roll to have any understanding of what that is?
you and Rizik may actually. For both of you, Nick, if you can make me.
I'm assuming deduction plus background skill.
Yeah. Rizik, I'm going to say.
Background skill and untrained.
No. Background skill and. I'm actually going to give you a lightning calculator. Alternately, one of you may boost the other with the same roll we just said.
What are you rolling? 'Cause
I'll
I'm-
post Sierra because I'm 2d8s and a d.
I am also 2d8s and d6, but it might make more sense if I'm the one who gets it. So yeah, roll your boost.
Oh, +2. Not bad.
Your roll was actually distinctly higher than mine could be, but you know what? I'm going to use one of those those +2 bonuses that I've been stocking up for hero points on this, so going up to a +4 total.
Okay.
Which gets a 10.
Okay. So, between the two of you, Rizik, you normally are just, dealing with, inventing stuff. You very rarely go to the front lines, right? Unless it was to, like, repair something, and that's when most of, everything happened for you.
Yep.
You kind of recognize this flag as a group that you deal with on a semi-regular basis. This is an experimental technology battalion.
Ah, so they could actually recognize the Pratt string. I will let Yura and people know what I know about that.
Yeah. Yira, I'm going to say because you got a 10, you're probably immediately going to pop up next to Han as he's pointing this out and grab the binoculars and look. And you actually get a sneak peek of someone exiting one of the boats.
Oh boy. Who is it? I have to zoom in real far to see who the hell that is.
Can you read the name?
I can read the name. I also recognize that image.
Good.
Ah, boy.
That name means nothing.
Does that name mean anything to me? I'm going to go check to see if that name means anything
That name should definitely mean something to you.
It definitely should. I have to go look at my backstory, because I gave you a lot of names, Izzy.
Flanked by these two.
Mm-hmm.
You cut in and out a lot for me there.
I did?
Well then. Yep. Okay,
Yep.
yes. Izzy, I gave you a ton of names.
I did.
Just gonna say, well, this might be more awkward than it otherwise had to have been.
Mingwall's just gonna look at you and raise an eyebrow.
Experimental Weapons Division. They're probably going to be able to see some of what we're doing, and depending on whether, and given who's commanding them, which I expect is one of the people coming after me, they'll probably be prepared for some of what we can do. We being herself and Rizik.
Man, I love how quickly the fact that we're Fire Nation refugees and deserters, got out to the entire party. There was no delay in that.
They already know I'm a firebender. There's no more hiding that.
Nah, but that was revealed session 1, session 2. Meanwhile, Dan is still, no one knows he's an airbender.
So dumb. I did not expect to get this far with this.
Yeah, I think the big one is we got involved into a combat where I was like, okay, I need to actually go do something. Rizik, do you have any idea how much faster than normal their tanks might be?
Izzy, would I have any idea?
Those look like standard issue tanks. So,
Okay.
not faster. Possibly,
Yeah, I'll let them. Sorry, go.
probably maybe more heavily armored. The thing that worries you is the transport that was just pulled out of there by 3 tanks with chains attached to them.
Yeah.
Whatever's
Don't
in
know
there,
what that is.
yeah, whatever's in that or whatever that thing is probably the most concerning thing.
That's probably going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Understood. Well, this is going to be a harder fight than we thought. Good thing our plan wasn't to stay and fight.
Yep. All right. With that, I'm going to ask you guys this now. Would you like to cut before we actually hit action proper, or would you guys like to do first couple of rounds?
First couple of rounds.
I'm inclined to say cut, but that's also
I'm inclined to
correct.
say cut as well because it's already 9:40 almost.
Yeah, and I'm hungry and haven't eaten dinner yet, so...
That all is fair.
Yeah.
All right.
And also with since we're breaking for a week, going from
2 weeks.
Ooh, yeah.
yeah, we're going from no combat to combat is fine. Going from middle of combat to middle of combat is going to be confusing.
Good point.
And this is going to be a fun one.
Yep. Alrighty, well, everybody, session 5. What are we going to call this session?
Tanks for the memories.
Poor decisions.
I like lores.
That feels like that might be
funny.
better for next, but...
Okay, fair.
Yeah, like that could be better for a time for when like the tank train is like exploding or something.
Okay.
Oh, hyperinflation.
Hyperinflation.
I like it.
The problem with having a gold standard.
The gold standard.
Well,
Thank you
at
for
least
putting that in quotes.
we have a lot of gold now, I suppose.
Oh, hyperinflation is one word. All right, guys. So, questions. What did you learn? What do you want to know more about? And where do you think this is going? All right, I guess we're going to start off strong. Sean, what did you learn?
Well, Rizek learned that inserting too much gold into an economy can cause problems such as hyperinflation.
True.
He did not know about that previously.
What do you want to know more about?
I want to know what's in their transport.
Fair. And where do you think this is going?
Explosions.
I find it funny because I'm not sure if you picked up on what else I added to the map.
Probably not.
Did anybody else notice the other two sprites that got added to the map?
I did.
Yeah, like Sparky Boom Boom Man, isn't it?
Yep.
Combustion bending arrives!
I don't know who the girl is though.
You will.
Sarah's backstory related.
Backup character idea. Combustion bender pretending to be an airbender.
By the way, combustion bending, for those of you with any level of bending lore, not a thing.
What? Okay.
It's not a thing.
Not a
yet.
thing for this time period.
Not a thing for this time period.
Oh, right. Time
Okay.
period. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Next up, Hotaru. What did you learn?
I learned that Boomy continues to be cool, but might be very wrong about trusting his boss.
Okay. I'd ask why you think that, but I'm pretty sure I know why. What do you want to know more about?
Let's want to know more about the Avatar still.
Okay, well, we'll get to that eventually. And where do you think this is going?
Losing control soon.
Do 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 do. All right, Minghua, what did you learn?
That the Flying Opera Company might actually still be out in the world. Hooray! I want to find my family again, please.
Aww. And what do you want to know more about?
I gotta admit, the ruins in the desert have me really curious.
and,
What could be out there?
and where do you think this is going?
Pain, because Izzy's going to tell us what's inside the transport.
I'm not going to tell you.
Show us.
Yeah.
Kill us
Even
with.
worse.
All right, Han. What did you learn?
We are all 100% idiots who are going to get ourselves burned to a crisp or worse, laid off.
I like the
I
term
like your
fired.
priorities.
Yeah, I like fired.
Yeah, fired works too. Wasn't sure which one to go with.
Burned to
Fired
a crisp
covers both
or laid
situations.
off. Either way, you're fired.
Where do you think this is going? Wait, is that the next question?
Out of order. I think the next one is what do you want to learn
sorry.
more
Yeah,
about?
what do you want to know more about? Sorry.
I want to know more about Frankto talking about her and this whole bit of spirit spying on him, and also why an experimental science unit is attacking Omashu with apparently no backup. That's weird.
Yeah, it is. And where do you think this is going?
I'm thinking Frankto's wealth probably isn't normal. I think that it's some kind of supernatural origin.
Interesting.
Maybe he can earthbend dirt into like fake gold or something.
I don't know, I feel like a spirit or something like gave him the money in exchange for a deal or some
Made
shit.
a deal with the fucking devil.
Made a deal with the spirit of gold.
He made a deal with that spirit from Spirited Away that can just like poop out gold. What was its name? No Face?
Face.
Anyway, that's all your
Is
questions.
he commenting when we figure out his plots?
I'm not commenting. Kenzie, you're actually next.
Oh,
So,
well,
what did you learn?
hyperinflation is a terrible, terrible thing.
Yes, it is. What do you want to know more about?
The spirit in the tank, how it got there, and what mad scientist did it.
And where do you think this is going?
We're probably gonna limp away from this fight. Probably.
Probably is a strong word.
Hopefully.
Yira, what did you learn?
This economy is so messed up. Also, every Earth Kingdom leadership decision is. I knew that already, but it's just getting forced.
Yeah.
Okay, in a few decades we'll have the Earth Queen, and everyone knows how great that worked out.
Yup.
What do you want to know more about?
What this avatar is, what the fuck is up with these ruins? Also, spoilers for this upcoming fight.
You didn't write the spoilers bit in your answer.
Okay, you know what? Fine. I will edit.
Spoilers.
There you go, Izzy. Are you happy now?
Very. And where do you think this is going?
No items, Fox only, final destination.
The
I
worst
appreciate
the worst way to play Smash.
You too can be Hungry Box and make
Mhm.
everyone hate playing Smash.
Mm-hmm.
It is the worst way to play a Smash. But also...
I mean, the best way to play Smash is the Donkey Kong 64 level on the newer maps. But you surround it with barrels that shoot inwards and then surround it with lava.
Yep.
Alrighty. That's all I got for you guys. Hope you all had a good time. If anybody has any questions as to what modifications you guys can make to your sheets, I'll be around for a little bit longer tonight or over the course of the next 2 weeks. If you do make a change to your sheet, please do it on both the Google Drive and in Roll20. That way everything is up to date and easily accessible by me and you.
How many hero points did we get this session, Izzy?
You guys got 3 hero points this session, so please don't forget to convert those.
Yup.
I suppose I'll see you in 2 weeks then.
Yep.
I will have a question for you after we get off the recording, Izzy.
Alrighty.
That,
Well,
I'm gonna go feed myself. So good night, all.
good night,
Have a
everybody.
good
Say goodnight to the recording, y'all.
Good night, recording.
Good night, recording. And I'm going to head off and get food as well. Talk to
Yeah,
you guys later.
that sounds good. I'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.